Welcome to The Countdown, the show that counts down the 5 coolest things happening in space right now. In this episode, Endeavour's final mission, a model of the moon's mysterious formation, and a space jump that wasn't from space. But first,
5.
European astronomers have discovered a planet only 4 light-years away, with a mass similar to Earth's. The planet orbits the star Alpha Centauri b, a member of the closest star system to our Sun. But don't pack your bags just yet. The planet's probably too close to Alpha Centauri to support water and carbon-based life forms like us. The star's heat would turn any water on the planet to steam or burn it away entirely. There's also that annoying little fact that it's 4 light-years away, which would take about 70,000 regular years to reach with even our fastest spacecraft. So if we can't visit, why should we care? Well, usually Earth-mass planets are extremely difficult to detect. That's because the way we detect such planets, by measuring how a star's rotation is affected by the planet, is hard to tease out of the background noise created by the star. This is especially true for habitable planets, which we'd find orbiting close by. In this case, using careful measurements, the astronomers were able to get a good signal from the background noise, and this improved technique could make it easier to detect a life-sustaining Earth-mass planet in the future, a so-called Earth twin. The work appears in the October 17th issue of the journal Nature.
4.
Sightings of Hollywood celebrities are not uncommon in Los Angeles, but a spaceship in the backyard, well, that's a first. On October 14th, retired space shuttle Endeavour made a journey through the streets of LA. The destination was the California Science Center, where it will be displayed. The weekend was filled with excitement for onlookers, who waited hours to catch a glimpse of the shuttle. It took Endeavour a full 3 days to travel only 12 miles from the airport to the Science Center. Endeavour's retirement marks an end to NASA's 30-year-old space shuttle program. This shuttle was built as NASA's replacement for Challenger, which was destroyed 73 seconds after its launch in 1986. Built just a year after the crash, Endeavour went on to last for 20 years, spent a total of 299 days in space, and covered a distance of 37 million kilometers. It made its last flight to the ISS in 2011. Currently, NASA doesn't have any shuttles to carry out manned space missions, as Endeavour was the last vehicle in the Space Shuttle program.
3.
Bright comets visible to the naked eye pass by Earth about once a year, and in 2013, a newly discovered comet will light up the sky more brightly than a full moon. In late September, amateur astronomers first detected the comet C-2012-S1. Calculations suggest the comet will pass so close to our own sun, a lot of its ice will melt, freeing up dust and gas to make an impressive tail. Then it will loop around the star and head towards Earth for winter 2013. Don't worry about any collisions. If the comet can avoid getting pulled into the sun, astronomers predict it will come close enough to give Earth a great light show, but not to set our skies on fire.
2.
How did Earth get its moon? We think a huge object the size of Mars smashed into the young Earth more than 4 billion years ago, spewing material into Earth's orbit. This material formed a disk that eventually developed into our moon. The giant impact hypothesis dates back to the 1970s. According to this model, most of the moon should consist of material from the enormous object that hit Earth. But samples of lunar rocks tell a different story. They reveal the moon's chemical makeup is nearly identical to Earth's. Now, a new model shows this mismatch could be thanks to Earth spinning quickly at the time of impact. Researchers created a model where the young Earth spun so quickly that one day lasted only 2 hours. When a huge foreign body collided, it was material from Earth, not the foreign body, that contributed to the moon's formation. An alternate model arrives at the same result without requiring a fast-spinning Earth. It hints the colliding object may have been larger than we suspected, bigger than Mars and closer to the size of Earth. If correct, then the impact would also produce a moon made out of Earth material. Both models appear in the October 18th issue of the journal Science. But who's right? Finding the correct model may take more research. Or a time machine.
1.
If you weren't one of the 8 million people who tuned into Felix Baumgartner's Freefall from the stratosphere, here's the moment of truth. Starting at 39 kilometers from the Earth's surface, Baumgartner fell for a hair-raising 4 minutes and 20 seconds, reached a maximum speed of 1,300 kilometers per hour, and broke the sound barrier. Impressive. But a lot of headlines got it wrong when they say Baumgartner fell from the edge of space. At 39 kilometers up, Baumgartner was barely scratching the stratosphere. To really jump from the edge of space, he'd have to pass through the stratosphere, up through the mesosphere, and reach the Kármán line, where space officially begins. That's about 100 kilometers from Earth's surface, and it's where the atmosphere becomes so thin it can't support the weight of any aircraft. Could someone survive a jump from this height? In theory, it's possible, but they'd have to overcome some pretty tough stuff once in space, including freezing temperatures, low pressure, and a lack of oxygen. Then they'd have to survive the heat of re-entry, which would bring the space diver to a blistering temperature of 200 degrees Celsius. Now for that, you'd really need wings. Would you take a head-first dive from space if you had the chance? Let us know in the comments below. And that's your countdown. For links to all of these stories and more, visit scientificamerican.com/thecountdown. The link's in the description below. You can also subscribe to the Space Lab channel or watch another video. For Scientific American, I'm Sophie Bushwick, shooting through space at 30,000 meters per second.